Are you the table?
Scientists who have to do this in the final of the tournament, they really don't seem to understand what crimes against humanity are. Because apparently, being responsible for AIDS for people in Africa is crimes against humanity, but being responsible for AIDS for conservative Bible belts in the US is not crimes against humanity. Like being responsible for other people like mobbing up and beating up and killing gay people in the Bible Belt in America is not crimes against humanity. Like we don't understand what that threshold is. And the threshold, especially when you're charging people on an international level, an institution like the church going outside of the jurisdiction of your country and actually trying them in the ICC or even charging them at that scale, we need a threshold. A threshold is absolutely important, and that is exactly what we have done today. We have set the threshold or based on historical precedent, and that's pretty much all that we have been able to do in terms of prosecuting leaders who propagate things like genocide, propagate things like brutal murder and extermination of certain sections of the society based on such. We think that they didn't have that kind of threshold. They did not urgency, and we don't think that lives in Africa are any different from lives in the US. So the least they need to do is get a semblance of consistency. So then let's talk about what are the examples they gave us in this same breath. They talked about the My Lai massacre, where families were en masse bit and killed by the US Coast. We really don't think this is the company that the Vatican needs to be put in. And secondly, we think that the messages that they send out are based on their religious doctrine. This is something that everybody has the right to believe in, and there's something that I'll expand further in my speech. Then what they talked about was that the church won't necessarily pull out just because of this one thing. It's not just one thing. We think they're charging them and putting them in the same company as the Nazis or the dictators from Sudan, or like the same company as Charles Taylor, will offend them beyond that portion of reasonable doubt. Let's say that whatever they've been doing in Africa of our altruism, and if we now hold them to charge for that, they are certainly going to pull out because they're going to take offense. All those Christian communities in the West are going to take offense, and nobody is going to support this because the intrinsic unfairness in this lies in the fact that you're completely ignoring all of the goodwill that you've done for the people. Also, secondly, something that Jaish already told you and I didn't manage to counter, the church sent a mixed message. And secondly, we don't have a solution to the AIDS problem in Africa. It's not as simple as that we need to use condoms, because if it were as black and white, according to your own logic, if people always listen to what priests say and don't do things for which we burn in hell, they would never have sex like outside of procreation. They would not be promiscuous, there would be no AIDS and no crimes in Africa at all, because for all of those things, you're going to burn in hell. The problem is, in the real world, we don't have straight answers. We don't have black and white answers. The church sends a message of abstinence and piety, something to the religious values and family values is followed to the absolute. They could also prevent it, but they don't, because people don't follow them to the absolute, and we don't have those kind of answers. Probably the answer is we need more governments to fill in the void, to provide people education, tackle this from a more core perspective. Okay, before I move on to my thoughts of matter.
Ma'am, the reason why people are so unflexible towards Western help is because this visionary said that this is a conspiracy against us. Don't use those condoms, don't take their help.
So the church has never told Africa that don't take Western help. This is just a clear assertion. Western help is present in Western help and NGOs are present in every country in Africa. In fact, when we went out to Botswana, Western NGOs are actually put down posters about don't use condoms in every single wall of that. As the churches exist and provide their religious doctrine, we think the messages that people get are mixed in all kinds of ways. The church provides in fact a level of basic education which provides a basis for logic and wisdom, and which might actually spur you to go and search for other messages which might help you which might lead you towards confidence. Okay, let's go towards the positive matter. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the freedom of religion. So what we think is people do all kinds of things in the name of religion. We think Saudi Arabia and Iran tell people to get married to lots of people. We think Jehovah's Witnesses priests tell you don't take blood transfusions, otherwise you die. Like if you take blood transfusions, something horrible will happen to you. If you don't take them, something horrible will happen to you and you'll die. Like Christian scientists tell you medical resuscitation is stupid. It's not stupid, you'll die if you don't take it. And irrespective of that, we don't prosecute them. We let them give out those messages because religion is that important. It is that indispensable. So let us talk about why the church is indispensable, even as religious capacity in the West. Because what they do is provide comfort. Church already analyzed all the various material things we do, and in all of that, the church has incredible amounts of reach. Something that governments, etc., are not right now capable to actually emulate. We don't think the government can immediately go and replace if the church pulls out, which they will. So what is the basis of all of that reach? Faith. It's helping people to get through adversity, to live happy lives, even in the face of the high-risk conditions that they actually live in Africa. That's what priests do. They sustain them with moral support, with the idea of faith and comfort through all of the bad times that they have to endure in Africa. That's how they get to the farthermost tribe in Africa. It's with the message of kindness. People are not intrinsically attracted to something that is evil. They are attracted to the church because it sends out a message of kindness, of loving your neighbor, of telling the truth, things that are intrinsically good for society, and things that the African people need to be told as well. Faith is an incredible harbor to them in their life. If you remove that, if you force the church to withdraw, it's a really, really bad thing. And we think the African people are going to be helpless without the material as well as the moral comfort. The void can possibly be filled in, the void for sex, ed, etc. can be filled in the different kind of persona. Educate people at the college level and tell them about if they have that kind of education with the church provides on the primary level, probably they can go and get it at the tertiary level, etc. Okay, then let's talk about how absolutely insulting this is, because we see that they never recognize the idea of all the good things that the church did, and secondly they ignored the idea that the church never had an intent to kill these people. These messages originated in the Bible, and they've been written thousands of years ago. We don't think the church is ever going to change its stance on this, because it is far too fundamental. They changed their stance on their idea of hiding priests in terms of covering up the child abuse cases, because that was a subjective wrong. Nowhere in the Bible does it say it's good to molest kids. Hence they recanted and they took responsibility. So the Bible does say that contraception is unnatural, it is evil, and so is promiscuity and having multiple partners. We think the church preaches that, and there isn't anything objectively wrong with those things, something that you can't tell that it's strange, because again, it is in the Bible. That's what the evangelists actually believe. We give people the right to freedom of religion in our own countries. How hypocritical is it to tell the institution where all of these ideas emerge, to tell them that you don't have the right to believe on any of those things. We don't think the church is even solely responsible for AIDS in Africa. We think that there are various issues and this problem needs to have a much more comprehensive approach. The church has done good things. That's not